Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to talk about the latest character in Marvel Contest of Champions, Mangog. We're going to compare his damage output to Clairvoyant, and then we're going to take him out in variant 5, but keep an eye out on those big heavy attacks. That is 84,000 heavy attack. Kinda crazy, but there is a lot of build up involved. Again, we are going to cover all his abilities and how he works. So to start off the video, I want to talk about why am I comparing Mangog to Black Widow Clairvoyant, because they are kind of different characters, but they are both mystics, they are both suicide friendly, which is kind of rare for mystic characters in general, and also they have a lot of immunities. We're going to talk about his immunities in a second here, but also whenever these new characters come out, I really do like to compare them with characters who have been in the game for a while, characters who people know how they are damage wise and stuff, to get a better idea of because see, the thing with Mangog is, like, if you just see the basic attacks, he is not hitting that hard. A lot of his damage comes from this big heavy attack. You're going to see in a second here. There was a lot of build up for this, and there was a lot of energy attack after this. The SP2s are hitting kind of hard, but the basic attacks themselves, they're not that impressive. And after the Fury, you hit alright. Like, overall damage output wise, I don't think he's going to be anything crazy, but at the same time he has a very respectable damage output for a character who brings so much stuff to the table. Now let's talk about that stuff. So first of all, again, starting with the immunities, he is immune to armor break and bleed. By the way, when you are enraged, you also take half recoil damage, which is kind of huge. We don't see that many characters who can get past recoil. And now this is interesting. So whenever you have energy protection, you also are immune to shock, incinerate, cold snap and frostbite. Now, combined with armor break and bleed, that's a lot of immunities. That is what, 1 2 3 4 6 immunities for one single character who's also XL, who's also villain, so grade 4 variant 2, grade 4 variant 6, and he's also mystic, so grade 4 variant 5. So he can handle 3 variants. He's suicide friendly and he hits alright. So overall, pretty decent character. And you can see, like, there were phases in this damage comparison where he was actually ahead, and I do think I got really lucky with Black Widow Clairvoyant on a lot of crits, but overall I'm kind of happy with this character. I think it's just a very solid addition to the Mystic class. Now let me quickly talk about the playstyle. So basically, whenever you do a 5-hit combo, you gain one of these enraged charges. Ideally you want to have 10, and then you also want to make sure that the opponent doesn't have that much power, because there is a lot of heavy holding involved. And by the way, he doesn't get that much power, but he has like a natural power gain till he has 2 bars of power. So you're going to see, like, you can't really see the power meter here. In the variant clip you will be able to see, but right now we are holding heavy, we're also gaining power at the same time, and now that was a very big heavy attack for a 565 character. We also get the Fury, so you kind of want to get hit on purpose. You are unstoppable, you don't take that much damage, so it is very practical to do even in endgame scenarios, as I'm going to showcase in a second here. So now it is variant time. This is variant 5. We aren't getting that much bonuses out of the nodes here. So as you can see, like, the basic hits, they're not hitting that hard, but this is a rank 3 6-star. The damage comparison, we used a 565 one, so I think in one video you get the full idea of what this guy is capable of. Now again, a standard disclaimer, this guy is very new, and I haven't, like, whenever these CCP videos come out, there's definitely, like, we are not very used to playing these characters, and there could be certainly things that I am missing here. So do let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to try something else with him, some other play styles. I've also tried heavy only, and that also works because he has armor break on the heavy attack. It does consume some charges, but overall it does some alright damage. It has some energy damage as well. So right now, as you can see, I'm trying to bait a heavy attack, and now what I'm going to do is launch my SP2. It's going to be unblockable, and now he's done. Now I want to hold my heavy attack and gain, like, the max charge. Now he's going to hit me, and that was some massive damage here. Now the one thing Mr. characters are known for is buff control, stagger or nullify. So this guy, he has a stagger on the SP1, and he can nullify up to 10 buffs on the SP3. Also, the more you nullify, the better the regeneration gets, so it could be really useful in certain situations. I tried him against Labyrinth Old Man Logan, and he was getting some really good regeneration, but the only thing is, like, in Labyrinth there is limber, and the big damage of this guy does come from holding heavy attack while the opponent is stunned after the SP2 or the SP3. Basically, you can also go for the SP3 with the 10 charges thing, just make sure that the opponent doesn't have that much power, because if they have a special attack and you're charging heavy and they use a special attack, then the unstoppable won't save you. Still get the fury, but you won't get the big heavy attack damage. So as you can see here, like, he has a lot of buffs. So what we're going to do is go for SP3. Again, SP1 does have stagger, but the problem with going for SP1s is, like, if you're running suicide masteries, then that's just a lot of recoil damage, and the half recoil thing is nice, but only when you are enraged. It's not for the full duration of the fight. Do keep that in mind. So right now I think I'm going to bait a special 3-1 and then go for my I guess I'll just bait another SP1 here and then go for my SP3. And you will see that we are not running Mystic Dispersion, because it's hard to run Mystic Dispersion and Suicide Mastery at the same time. Overall, I don't think this guy really needs it, but he, like, Venom will lose 10 buffs here, and that is, like, you can see, he doesn't have any buffs anymore. We are gaining some regeneration. It's not bad. It could definitely save you, and yeah, we will be finishing this fight shortly here. So now we have the final fight of the video. It's going to be of Medusa later in this path, and we will have class advantage, so we're going to hit kind of hard. He doesn't really need any synergies. He doesn't really need to be awakened either. Of course, synergy and being awakened obviously helps, but not required. So the only thing I think I haven't mentioned so far is how you get the other immunities, like the shock, incinerate, cold snap and frostbite immunities, and I didn't really showcase that in the video. But basically what you want to do is get these 10 charges, and instead of going for SP2 or SP3, which you would want to go otherwise for damage, you go for SP1 instead, and that that way you are going to gain energy protection buff, and that will give you immunity to shock, incinerate and cold snap for like 15 seconds. So that is pretty cool. I really like his animations, his playstyle, his abilities. I think he's going to be very useful. So here I think I'm going to bait SP1, make sure that the living strands go down, and then going to launch my SP2 and charge my heavy, and that will just finish the fight off. So the SP2 is very cool looking. It has a power steal on it as well. Now when she'll come at me, I'll just drop a massive 80,000 heavy attack, and that just finishes it off. So I really like this guy. Do let me know what are your thoughts on him. And that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Like this video, share with your alliance. Stay safe, and bye bye. Have a good one.